You're going to let Adidas exploit the history of your university. Allegedly, you're going to let Adidas exploit the history of your university just so they can put your name on a pair of basketball shoes. I believe they manipulated the port worker strike to occur right now so less people will show up at the polls because the elites want Kamala Harris in. Donald Trump is a nationalist. They don't want nationalism. They want internationalism. The elites want international banking, international military. So they are going to cause this chaos right now. So voter turnout will be extremely low so Kamala Harris can be snuck into the White House in the back door. I'm telling you what I know, brothers and sisters. I want to talk to the HBCU presidents real quick. HBCU Edward Waters University, we have rescheduled for February. HBCU Edward Waters University in Jacksonville, Florida, we have rescheduled for Black History Month because the great Queen Orisha, grandmother of the ancestors, she had to take care of some business down in Jacksonville with Hurricane Helene, if that was a natural disaster and not an unnatural white man-made disaster. Only Olodumare knows that. Only Olodumare knows that. Only Olodumare know if Hurricane Helene was a natural disaster that was brought by Orisha or Yah, or was that the white man playing his biological games again. Rest in peace to all African lives that were lost during Hurricane Helene. They say it's one of the worst hurricanes to hit northern Florida in quite some time. More than 100 dead, hundreds of missing. We send condolences to the families. Brothers and sisters, here's what I want to say to the HBCU presidents. I just received word that some of the HBCUs are entering into a contract allegedly with Adidas. Allegedly with Adidas. And Adidas allegedly is going to start selling HBCU tennis shoes, basketball shoes, and other athletic and apparel. Here's what I want to say to the HBCUs. You signing a deal with any non-African company opens us up to exploitation. Sometimes you don't have a choice but to sign a deal with a non-African company. I understand. Sometimes you don't have a choice to sign a deal with a non-African company. I understand. But when it comes to shoes, when we have a black man named Jan Mexlinger from Pennsylvania, when we have a black man by the name of Jan Mexlinger who invented the machine to make shoes, a black man invented the machine to make shoes. So I need the HBCUs to explain something to me. If black people invented shoemaking, if we invented the machine to make shoes, help me understand why the HBCUs of America cannot create their own shoe manufacturing company, putting ex-offenders to work, putting unemployed Africans to work, giving HBCU students valuable entrepreneurial experience. Help me understand why we can't make our own sneakers. You're going to let Adidas exploit the history of your university. Allegedly, you're going to let Adidas exploit the history of your university just so they can put your name on a pair of basketball shoes. How about you buy a whole bunch of sneakers yourself and have somebody put your name on the basketball shoe. I'm bringing this up because you're going to lose most of your profit because of who you're dealing with. You're going to lose most of your profit because of who you're dealing with. Why can't y'all get a whole bunch of cheap sneakers from China or whatever and pay somebody to put your logo on the sneaker and sell them to your alumni, sell them to your students, sell them to your faculty, your staff, sell them to your immediate community? Adidas is going to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of this agreement. Adidas is going to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of this agreement. I'm tired of us allowing people to appropriate our culture in the name of cash. I'm tired of us allowing people to appropriate our culture in the name of cash. The HBCU tradition is too sacred. It is too valuable. It is too important for us to let Adidas exploit the HBCU culture when you're only going to get pennies on a dollar. Why are we so comfortable with economic slavery? Why are we so comfortable with financial slavery in the name of Nat Turner? In the name of Nat Turner's top Lieutenant Hark? In the name of Nat Turner's loyal soldiers, Nelson, Sam, Will, his wife, Cherry, all the soldiers of Southampton, the Black Revolutionary Army of Southampton, Virginia, 1831, in the name of this solar eclipse in Libra, in the name of this new moon in Libra. Why can't we make our own shoes? Brothers and sisters, I want to leave that topic and I want to go to the Diddy and the port worker strike. I told y'all Diddy was a distraction. I told y'all Diddy was a distraction. That doesn't mean he's innocent. That does not mean he's innocent. Two things can be true at the same time. You can walk and chew gum. You can drive and talk on the phone. You can eat and you can breathe. Two things can be true at the same time, but Diddy was a distraction. I thought it was just for the election. It's bigger than that. That's a part of it, but it's bigger than that. Now you got the port workers striking. And part of the reason they striking is they getting tired of transporting trafficked slaves in those big metal canisters that they move around. And so they need Diddy's allegations to distract us from the real trafficking allegation. Let me say it again. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand. I need you to understand, overstand. They're going to distract you with so you don't hear about the trafficking that is partly at the root of why the port workers are striking. The Amazon workers are striking. I told you this is the age of revolution. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. I told you Pluto is going into Aquarius. The next 16 years will be drama for your mama. I said the next 16 years on the planet Earth, I don't care where you live. I don't care where you live on this planet. The universal order is demanding revolutionary chaos. Revolutionary chaos for the next 16 years. What are black people going to do about that? What are black people going to do about that? We going to keep on being distracted with social media, or we going to get up and try to fight for our liberation politically, economically, socially, spiritually, culturally? because the solar vortex is open. This eclipse right here is opening the solar vortex. Harriet Tubman's full moon is opening the solar vortex. Dangerfield Newby's full moon on October the 17th is opening the revolutionary vortex. You got 16 years of revolution. We're going to lose people we love, God forbid. There's going to be accidents. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be drama because Orisha Oya got to clean up the old to make way for the new. Don't get mad at the messenger. Orisha Oya is coming through like a gladiator over the hurricane. She coming through like a gladiator over the tornado. She coming through like a gladiator over the typhoon. Literally, spiritually, and metaphorically. It means anything that does not serve divine order will be exposed or destroyed. That's what it means. Anything that does not serve divine order will be exposed and destroyed. Anything that doesn't serve divine order. Anything from anyone, institutions. You're going to see black churches get exposed, white churches get exposed, politicians, celebrities, community leaders, activists, traffickers, scammers, you name it, brothers and sisters. Orisha Oya is going to blow the cover. She's coming through with the ancestors in the winds of change, and she's going to blow the cover. She's coming through with the ancestors with the typhoon of transformation, and she's going to blow the cover off of everything. Trafficking will be exposed. Husbands cheating on their wives will be exposed. Women cheating on their husbands will be exposed. People stealing from their parents will be exposed. Slanderers and defamers and saboteurs will be exposed. It's the time of the storm. And it is the time of the revolutionary Pluto, that is Orisha Oya energy. Pluto, that is Orisha Oya energy, and she's visiting her husband Shango. The energy of the revolutionary, which is Aquarius. The female revolutionary is visiting her husband Aquarius. There will be drama for the next 16 years. I told you, Pluto hasn't been in Aquarius since the Haitian Revolution. Where my Haitian Africans at? It's time for Haiti to stand up. It's time for Haiti to stand up. Haiti will rise again in these 16 years. Where my Haitian Africans at? I need all the in Haiti to organize. I need all the activists in Haiti to organize. I need the righteous voodoo mambos. I need the righteous voodoo priests to organize and expose the phony voodoo priests. I said I need the righteous voodoo priests and priestesses of Haiti to expose the scammers and those who deal in evil magic, not black magic, because black magic is divine. I don't use European definitions. I don't use European definitions. I don't use European definitions. Black magic is the best magic there is. Black magic is the greatest magic there is. Black magic is the purest magic there is. So we don't say black magic. When you say black, you're talking righteousness. If you're not talking righteousness when you say black, don't use the word. Whatever you about to say after you say black, it better be positive. Whatever you about to say after you say black, it better be honorable. Whatever you say after you say black, it better be something powerful. In order for Haiti to rise, those who practice the righteous voodoo that came over with our ancestors from Benin, the voodoo capital, the priests and priestesses of Haiti who do righteous voodoo work. You do righteous work with Dambala. You do righteous work with Shango and Ogu. You do righteous work with the Loa. I need you to expose those who use the loa for evil and for exploitation. It's the time now. If Haiti going to rise, Haiti got to get right spiritually. And most of Haiti is right spiritually. Most of Haiti is right. But you got some in Haiti who use divine power and energy and ashe to do wrong. They got to be exposed. These next 16 years, I want to see the African Union grant full citizenship to your scattered African children in the diaspora. I said these 16 years, I better see the African Union grant full citizenship to your scattered African children across the diaspora. Grant full citizenship, Africa, to your European Africans in Britain, in Liverpool, in London, in Wolverhampton, in Manchester, in Paris, in Austria, in Germany, in Ireland, in France. Give them citizenship. Give it to your children, your scattered African children in Nova Scotia, in Toronto, where I'll be this weekend, in Montreal. Give it to your children in Panama, Costa Rica, Belize. Give it to your children in Guyana, in Brazil, in Suriname. Give full African citizenship to your scattered African children in Jamaica. Give it to your Cuban Africans, your Puerto Rican Africans, your Dominican Africans, your Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, Bahamas, Guadeloupe, St. Vincent, St. Croix, St. Lucian, St. Martin, St. Martin. We want full citizenship in Africa. The diaspora wants... Don't tell me what to do, my ninja. You just got blocked. Don't come on my live telling me what to do. I'm going to block you. This is my live. If you don't like it, get the off. African Union, give full citizenship to your scattered African children in California. Give full citizenship to your scattered African children in New York and New Jersey, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Give full African citizenship to your scattered African children in Houston and Dallas and Fort Worth. Give it to your children in Austin, Texas. Give it to your scattered African children in Memphis, in Chattanooga, in Nashville, where I will be Wednesday, October 9th at the African American Music Museum in Nashville for It's Up There podcast live interview, 6 p.m. Nashville. Make sure you pull on up. We want citizenship, your scattered African children in Detroit. We are not pretendians. We don't claim to not come from Africa. We know we are African and we want citizenship in our motherland. We got 16 years of revolution. 16 years, I want to have 16 schools all over the world. 16 years, I want to... Black man, I'm telling my brothers right now, listen to me, black men. You got to get right with yourself. Black men, listen to me. I'm talking to all my unapologetically African alpha males. I'm talking to all my unapologetically African alpha males. Black men, stop deceiving your women. Stop manipulating your women. Stop using your women. Stop abusing your women. This is the time to be exposed. If you got 5 queens, let them know I got 5 queens. I still love you. Are you staying or are you leaving? Are you staying or are you leaving? Get right with your queens. I need you to get right with your queens. Some of them won't mind because they know that they sharing anyway. Get right with your queens, my brother. Black women, you cheating on your husband with your baby daddy, you will be exposed. Oya won't allow it. Shango won't allow it. The ancestors won't allow it. Ogun won't allow it. Obatala will expose you to the light. The spirit of the white cloth, Obatala, will expose you. Black woman, you sleeping with multiple men, you pregnant, and you don't know who the baby daddy is. This ain't the time to be playing them games. This is not the time to be playing them games. It started with the Harriet Tubman, new moon, full moon, and it ain't gonna stop for 16 years. It ain't gonna stop for 16 years. You stealing from your next door neighbor, you stealing from your business, you in business and you stealing from your partners, you getting exposed. You better get right now. You better get right now, brothers and sisters. Get right with your children. You know your husband ain't your daughter's father. You better let her know before her real grandma pull up on her. Your husband ain't your daughter's father. You better let your daughter know before her real grandma pull up on you. I'm telling you, Oya is blowing the lid off all hypocrisy. Oya is blowing the lid off all secret misdeeds, brothers and sisters. It's time to get right. You a Roman Catholic, you better take your ass to the confessional. My black Catholics, I don't know how you still in the Catholic Church after all that abuse, but that ain't my business. My black Catholics, you better get to the confessional. Black man, you sleeping with a woman and her cousin? You better stop. It could cost you your life. Understand, Orisha Oya. Because I have a Scorpio rising. Where my Scorpios at? Scorpios, y'all going to have extra power this season. Libras and Scorpios are going to have extra power this season. Libras and Scorpios are going to have extra power. Scorpios, you got to be right. If you a Scorpio, because that's the sign of Oya, you got to get right. Because you will be the first ones to be exposed. You got a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, a Scorpio rising. If you got a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, or a Scorpio rising, if you got that scorpion power, that power of the blackest midnight, that power that nobody can see through, you got that hidden African dark powerful energy of Scorpio, you got to get right because you the children of Oya. You got to get right. You got to get right. Sean Puffy Combs is just a symbol of things to come. This port workers strike is just a symbol of things to come. And I'll share this with you, brothers and sisters. I will share this with you, brothers and sisters. I think they manipulated the strike to occur at election time. I think they manipulated the strike to occur at election time. And I'm going to tell you why, brothers and sisters. I believe the power structure, the elites, the Bilderbergs, the National Security Council, the Trilateral Commission, the Federal Reserve. I believe they manipulated the port worker strike to occur right now so less people will show up at the polls because the elites want Kamala Harris in. Donald Trump is a nationalist. They don't want nationalism. They want internationalism. The elites want international banking, international military. So they are going to cause this chaos right now. So voter turnout will be extremely low. So Kamala Harris can be snuck into the White House in the back door. I'm telling you what I know, brothers and sisters. I did not tell you to vote Republican, you Democratic Party plantation slave. I didn't say one word about voting Republican. The problem with you slaves, is you feel like you got to be on some white person's plantation. That's what's wrong with y'all. Same reason why a lot of black people never go into business for yourselves. Why do so many of us never go into business for ourselves? You know why? You only feel comfortable on the plantation. You on the IRS plantation, you got half decent pay, half decent benefits, but you ain't got no freedom, but at least you on a plantation. You on the public school plantation, you on the post office plantation, you on the public transportation plantation, you on the fast food plantation, a Walmart plantation, wherever you at, you on some university plantation. But you don't want to be free. Every African got a little bit of slave still left in his blood. Every African. I don't care if your ancestors was enslaved in Jamaica. I don't care if your ancestors were enslaved in Honduras. I don't care if your ancestors were enslaved in Costa Rica. I don't care if your ancestors were enslaved in Panama. I don't care if they were enslaved in the Carolinas or Texas. I don't care if they was enslaved in Pennsylvania or Maryland. You got a little bit of slave left in you. And this is why so many of us don't like to strike out for ourselves. Nat Turner didn't care about what the future looked like. He couldn't stand his present. I said Nat Turner didn't care what his future looked like. He couldn't stand his present. What did El Hajj Malik El Shabazz say when he talked about the house Negro versus the field Negro? What did El Hajj Malik El Shabazz say when he talked about the house Negro versus the field Negro? Brother Malcolm said, the field Negro said, we running away. And the house Negro say, but where we gonna go? And the field Negro said, anywhere is better than here. And the house Negro said, but wait a minute now. We get halfway decent food. We get the leftover scraps. We get a couple pennies. We get to get drunk on Sunday. The house Negro was comfortable with the crumbs of the power structure. I said the house Negro was comfortable with the crumbs of the power structure. The field Negro ain't never comfortable with anything except freedom. This is how you know if you're a free African or not. This also goes for my brothers and sisters in Africa, because you went through colonization. And colonization is the same thing as slavery. It just happens in your own land as opposed to a foreign territory. Colonization is the same thing as slavery. The only difference is it happens in your own land as opposed to a foreign territory. So what I say to my Africans in Africa, my continental brothers and sisters who I love with all my heart, is the same thing I say to my Caribbean Africans who I love with all my heart. And it's the same thing I say to my Australia and Canada and South Pacific Africans who I love with all my heart. And it's the same thing I say to my Africans in Asia and Europe and throughout the United States with all my heart. And that is, are you tired of being a slave? And if you say yes, when I ask you, are you tired of being a slave? If you say yes, my next question will be, are you free economically? Are your children free educationally? Are you free agriculturally? So help me understand exactly how you free African, American African, Canadian African, Nigerian African, Eswatini African, Sudanese African, Jamaican African, Belize African, Nicaraguan African, Mexican African. Help me understand how you free and you don't have any food security. How you free? You don't control your source of income. How you free when your slave master's great-great-grandchildren are teaching your children? We ain't free. And we don't want to be free. But guess what? I got some news for you. These next 16 years, you are going to be forced to be free whether you like it or not.